She goes by the name of Jessie Nocella.
What's up? What's up? Hey, Middle East. This is my first time performing here. Shout out to Ashley and Shalom. You guys are something special. You guys bring soul music, love music, peace music that we need more of in this world. So thank you guys. Me and Michelle do something different. We speak truth. We speak words. We're mic checking. And
Mic check.
we want to share that shit with you. Thanks.
I think we gotta get them in the mood.
Yeah, like how do you get them in the mood? I know they're not ready.
I think because we're smooth and mellow, right?
Yeah, smooth and mellow.
So smooth and mellow, right? Let's give them some smooth and mellow.
Oh shit. Trying to get jazzy. Yeah. Turn up the mics.
This is my shit right here. This is John Legend. What? So when people want to tell you what to do with your life and how to do things with everything that you're dealing with, sometimes people will push you into a corner. And after they get you riled up and steamed up and hot, they're going to try to tell you to calm down. They're going to try to tell you how to feel. You're overreacting. You're taking it too far. It's not that serious. Listen. Hold up, Slipwax. Stop the music. First of all, your feelings matter. How you feel matters. What you think matters.
It matters.
What you feel at any given moment when somebody directs themselves to you inappropriately or appropriately matters. Whether or not they see it significant or not, it matters. So for a world that we're living in that makes sure to tell us every day in different ways that we don't matter, I'm here, she's here, we're here to tell you that you matter. So please do not get it twisted. Before we continue, I want you to take a moment, look around the room, find somebody you don't know, and introduce yourself, please.
Say what up.
And as you're doing that, I'm going to explain
to you
why.
Say what up. Shake a hand. Say what's
Shake
good.
a hand, give that.
Say how you doing? How was your week? How was your
Smile.
day? How you feeling
Make
today?
a connection.
Hi, I'm this, I'm that. I do this. Word.
You know why this is
Nice.
important?
This is love. This is peace. Everyone
Because we
gets to
live
know
in a
each other.
world that makes sure every day with an oppressive system that makes sure in every way we don't connect.
They want us to be separated.
They pin us against each other.
They do.
So how did that feel? You just made a connection.
I feel better.
Right?
I feel better. Y'all feel better?
So, Jesse, I think one of the problems that we have these days is that people need to alphabetize the order of their dreams and organize their priorities.
Amen.
So maybe you could tell them a little bit something about that.
I got a couple priorities I think
Y'all have priorities?
I'm going to
Y'all
let
have
you know
priorities?
what my priorities are.
Let them know, baby.
This piece is called Priorities. I don't want outside influences influencing my insides. I don't want to eat food full of pesticides and rinse my hair with animal tested supplies. I don't want to watch, sorry guys. I don't want to wash my hair with animal tested supplies. I don't want to watch my children grow up in a world I didn't want to be raised in, or watch values as they become thin and diminish into nothing more than nothing. I don't want to see the sea levels rise as consciousness quickly declines, where lies are tucked between the tissues in our spines, so we stand a little more like a worker than a free spirit. I don't want a job where I just stack up my bills and my credits and have my artistic soul just become a remnant to the resonance of the inherited who turned our land into factories. It's a fact, you see, that none of us are really free. that ever since we were created, we were exposed to sin. Since when we were educated, we were taught that there are two beginnings to this existence. What? In the first, we come from a god, and in the second, we come from monkeys? So maybe God is a monkey, or they just did it all for the money. So we would dedicate our lives to the lie that we evolved from a species where they still can't fit together a missing piece. I pieced together my most recent idea I had of being created. Like the colors all exploded and then faded into a supernova of layers that created the world. And before it became jaded, I mixed my brush and water and I painted the most perfect circle one had ever seen. And then filled it with bees and trees and heaves of people who knew the value of a good deed, the worth of a nurtured seed, and how much could really grow from positive intent. I did not intend to become self-righteous, but once the light flipped and darkness dipped into the Garden of Eden and sex became misleading and food became infused with hormones, telephones, pollution, advertising, but no restitution for the land of our ancestors beat down and bruising.
So, have we organized our priorities just a tidbit? Do you realize that there's a war going on out there right now? And it's not just to create diversion and division. It's also to get rid of us one by one. They're plucking us off one by one. Who here is a creative soul? Do you know what a creative soul is? If you're a creative soul, first of all, you're a superhero because you could take nothing and turn it into something. So that makes you a powerful being, right?
Hell yeah.
Slip wax. Now, this song that I'm about to play for y'all now, we about to give you some Jah cure for your soul because we all need a little healing, and Lord knows we could all use some reggae in our life. I don't know what that is.
Reggae.
That's not reggae. That's technical difficulty right there. Technical difficulties. I was going to give y'all some Jah cure.
You want to sing it?
No. If I sing it, you know, I might go home differently than I came here. So, but let's not go there. But let's go back to the creative souls in the room. Raise your hands for me real quick. Now, do you know that there's a whole system in place? They started taking music and art out of the schools. There's a whole system in place to make sure that you do not embrace your creative gifts. They make you work like slaves to make the ends wave at each other from a distance because they still can't meet, no matter how many hours you put in a week. All of that is to divert and divide you from who you're supposed to be. It's to separate you from your purpose. So you need to find time and find a way, because where there's a will, there's a way. Find time, push through the pain, the depression, the anxiety, the heartache, the heartbreak, the soul ache, all of that shit. Push through it, please. Push through it and embrace your gift little by little by little by little. And when you do that, you're going to realize that that void you have inside, you had all you needed to fill it right in the palm of your hand. So if Jesus still walked and still talked, what would he say about the cruel world we now live in? To see all of his sacrifices sacrificed to a world of sin, futures looking grim, lives now trimmed from the exercise of dodging bullets of evil while trying to maintain a peaceful existence. Simple things taken for granted, many a seed planted in soils poisoned by deception. There's no light to bring fruit to conception, much less birth. If your souls could be measured at this point, what would be its worth? For day after day, we seem to take for granted all of the gifts and seeds by life planted, opportunities falling like autumn leaves in the wind. Close your eyes, extend your hand, pull out your shirt, create a basket with your skirt. Dream something, want something, do something. Don't continue to let life pass you by. For since birth you've seen seconds turn to minutes, minutes to hours, and those hours to days that fly by, waiting for you to embrace that epiphany. Drop blinding clouds and finally see you have and will have until your last dying breath the opportunity to be a fruit-bearing tree, willing and able to nurture all those in its proximity. But instead, we consciously choose to turn a deaf ear or turn our backs out of fear, knowingly choosing not to be, and unknowingly choosing to become Jesus' tear. What if you knew that your time was near, or that someone else's clock was winding down? Would you choose to be an adjective, a verb, or a stagnant noun? Smile or frown, be a prince or a pauper, and would you, could you, should you, not just wear, but even be allowed to look upon a jewel-bearing crown with the intent to wear it? Tell me now how you see fit, that we've lost our belief in love, truth, and loyalty, respect, honor, and affection given genuinely. How easy it is for them to stand there and expect from me when they can't even look in the mirror and see what Jesus would see. The greater good spiritual Robin Hoods of the dream robbing capabilities. Actually, that's what Wreck Shop did for me. Mad random, I know. And as my thoughts wander to and fro, I ask you, each and every one of you that raised your hands and said you was a creative soul, raise your hands again for me. If you truly knew that the sky was your limit, how tall would you be willing to grow? From now on, from this moment forward, I'm going to ask y'all a favor before I leave the stage tonight. May every step you take turn the ground you step on into fertile soil, so that every time those low blows and those backstabs and those sucker punches hit you and strike you, immediately you plant roots so you can't get knocked down. You are the only manifester of your destiny. Anybody that tries to fool you otherwise is fooling you otherwise. Don't believe the hype. You are the masters of your souls, and you are the only captains of your fate. Never forget that. Amen. Peace.
Have a good night, guys.
Oh, and by the way, tomorrow night, we have an open mic starting right here in this area in Somerville at PA's Lounge. It's free admission. You're more than welcome to come. Open mic list goes out at 8 o'clock. It's a safe place there for you to come and just be. Peace.